Well, y'all, thank you for coming. We made a lot of progress. We got a big election coming up, and of course, this is the first time since a long time ago that we've been in the middle of a pandemic. One as dangerous as this. It's really changed a lot of the ways we're doing things. But we've gone through the primary. The legislature responded with some common sense measures to make that safe and make it work, and now we've done it again. We know more about the virus and what to do than we did before, but we still had to take some measures to see to it that we would have a safe election that would be reliable, where the integrity of the process would be protected. And I'm just delighted to say that in just a few minutes, I will sign into law the work that those that you see here standing before you have done to bring us to this moment for this election. I'd like to call on Speaker Lucas.
Thank you, Governor McMaster. I want to thank Governor McMaster for his leadership during these trying times. A bill like this is obviously never easy. You know, I sat for the last couple of hours and listened to my brethren in the Senate to my right kind of get on us a little bit. And listen, that's part of the political game, but I also wanted to congratulate them in their efforts to get this done. Senator Massey and I started this conversation 2 or 3 weeks ago about the parameters of this bill. Senator Malloy, Representative Campson, and the leadership of President Peeler. This was a team effort. This is something that we started talking about a while back, understanding that it may be a process that we would have to go through. I want to thank the individuals on my left, the House members who put partisan politics aside and put the citizens of South Carolina first and their right to vote, knowing how important that is, coming together and working. And I don't know how many no's we had on the bill. I know we had one in the House. I'm not sure they had any in the Senate. But I think that shows what the House and the Senate can do when it works together, when it has teamwork. And I am so proud of all the members of the General Assembly up here. And Governor, again, thank you, sir, for your leadership. Yes, sir.
President Peeler.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Speaker, members. I appreciate all you all's hard work. Our goal was to protect the voter and the vote. And with the governor's signature today, we've reached the goal line. Pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. Appreciate you having us here today. Thank you not only to the South Carolina Senate, but the South Carolina House of Representatives. Participating in a democracy by casting a ballot is not a partisan issue. And this legislation was passed on a bipartisan basis. I'm glad that the President of the Senate and the House have come together. In August 26th of this year, I wrote to President Peeler and asked him to call us back in session to pass this legislation. It is extremely important, and I'm very proud that every South Carolinian will now have the opportunity to vote by absentee ballot if they choose. That is the most important thing, is that everybody have the opportunity to participate in the democracy in our state and in this country. Thank you.
Thanks, Senator Campbell.
Thank you, Governor, and thank you to the Speaker and members of the House for passing this so strongly with only one dissenting vote. For members of the Senate, we passed it unanimously. Senator Massey as Majority Leader, and I and Representative Simrell, and working with the Speaker and the leadership, and also the Minority Leader in the Senate, worked hard on this. And this is a real demonstration of what you don't see in Washington almost ever, but a demonstration of real statesmanship and bipartisanship. This could have been, the press interviewed me a few times on this after I proposed the bill that we passed that applied to the primary, and it creates basically it just creates a state of emergency as a reason why you can vote through the normal absentee process. And at that time I said, now is the time for statesmanship, not showmanship, because there's a lot of showmanship that could have been demonstrated on this bill. Nobody got everything they wanted. I authored the original bill that for the primary. I was very involved in drafting this bill for the general election. I didn't get everything I wanted, but I knew we were in this position procedurally where we could not pass anything unless there was virtually unanimous agreement. And it took a lot of effort, a lot of work, a lot of communication to figure out where that unanimity would be, and we did it. And so, and we could have thrown up a lot of gotcha amendments. We could have done a lot of things. I had things I wanted, but I didn't throw up the amendment, and many of us had other things we wanted. They didn't throw up amendments because they knew, number one, the right to vote is the most sacred right that the citizens of South Carolina and this nation have. That's number one. And number two, that right needs to be secured so that they can do it safely, but also their vote is securely protected and not in any way diluted. And that's what we did. And this is an example of statesmanship, and this is why serving in the state legislature is such a great privilege, because we can come together, Republican and Democrat, and pass something like this that is important for the citizens of South Carolina. Governor, thank you for signing it into law.
Thank you, sir. Representative Govan.
Thank you very much, Governor. Multiple amendments to the U.S. Constitution throughout the years, including the Voting Rights Act of 1965, have always strived to expand the sacred right of voter participation. Today, we stand here as both Democrats and Republicans, black and white, drawn together by a pandemic with the common goal of ensuring that progress continues. This is not to say that we still don't have differences, but what it says is that when people of goodwill work together, they can make progress and move forward. And based on that, it is our hope that providing this opportunity to South Carolinians to participate in a process in which this General Assembly has provided funding, not only in terms of the passage of this bill, which is about to be signed into law, but also in terms of funding that has been placed to make the whole environment, the voting environment safe, shows that South Carolina is moving forward. And it's our sincere hope, particularly as a Black Caucus, that we can build upon this and move forward. Thank you so much, Governor, for your leadership, and we look forward to working together to make that process even better as we move forward in the future.
That's right. Thank you. We have time for another comment or so if someone wants to make one before we sign. Hearing none. Now, this is one way. This is one way to do two letters at a time. Now, we'll have copies of this.
Governor, I thought you were left-handed, huh?
This is one of 62.
I saw that.
Y'all think this is for, You got one more.
All right.
Y'all, thank you.
All right, thank you, Governor. All right.